All right, in this video, we're going to talk about the composition of functions, and this is going to go hand in hand with the video that we just did. There's some shortcuts. It's almost like an addendum to what we just did. You'll notice I have f of x equals 2x squared minus 6x, and g of x equals gx minus 2. Take a second and copy those. And let's say that we have a question that looks like this, which we saw in the last video. So we're going to take g of x and we're going to put it into f of x. Everything's still going to be an x. And so we're going to take the f of x, which is 2 times, we're going to take x minus 2 and put in the place of the x squared minus 6 times x minus 2. So we plug this into wherever x is located here. So to work this problem, this really means x minus 2 times x minus 2 minus, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that through, 6x minus 6x plus 12. So I went ahead and multiplied the minus 6 and went ahead and did that. So distributing this is x squared minus 2x plus 4 minus 6x plus 12. Now I have to, all of that has to multiply by 2 out front. Okay, so it's 2x squared. Those two together is minus 4x. So times 2 is minus 8x plus 8. Let me do that again. That's a 1, so that's 2x squared. Those added together is minus 4 times 2 is a minus 8x. And then 2 times that's plus, okay, so minus 6x plus 12. Find your like things. Those two go together and those go together. So it's 2x squared. Those two make minus 14x. And these two, 8 and 12 plus 20. That's my full answer. It takes a little bit to crank it out, but notice the notation here. The g of x went inside of that. Now, there's another notation that's going to show exactly the same thing. And I want you to make sure you write this down, put a star on it, or whatever the case may be. Here it is. There's the star. This can also be written like this. Now, I know it looks like an O, like the word fog. It's not a dot. It's a little open circle. So here's what this means. These two things mean the same thing. G goes into the f function. And so basically the second one goes into the first. That's what that means. Okay, so let me give you an example and see if we can do that. Totally different one. F of x equals 3x minus 4 and g of x equals 5x plus 2. And let's compare that compared to, I'll make that an open circle. So let's answer these two. So we're going to put this function into that one. So we're going to do 5. So this goes into this. So we're going to start with the g. 5 times, what's x? Well, that's going to be the 3x minus 4 minus 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 2. Let me say that again. I'm going to take the 5x plus 2. There's the 5x is that value plus 2. So I distribute through. That's 15x minus 20 plus 2. Those go together. 15x minus 18. There's that answer. In this one, I'm going to put g into this one. So I'm going to take the 3x minus 4, and I'm going to plug this in for the x function. So it's going to be 3 to the 5x plus 2 minus 4. So I'd multiply through. That's 15x plus 6 minus 4. 15x plus 2. Those two go together. And so that's what those functions mean. Whenever they have that little circle, the second one goes into the first. So this one went into that equation. Okay, so in this one, the f function goes into this. So it was 5 times that stuff, plus 2. In this one, the g goes into that one. So we're going to start with the f function and plug in those values, and you get that. In the next video, you're going to get to try it out a little bit. It looks very similar to the last video. We're just putting the functions together.